Alright, sorry about that. If you're checking out the second video on what I'm doing here. If you haven't checked it out, go look at the first video I did, part 1. And if you don't want to watch the whole part 1, just go to the end and you'll see where I started this, what my explanation is and how it works and stuff. But just as a quick whatever, we built a wooden shelf here.
Mom, just tending.
Oh, can I get out of the way, dude?
Mom.
Right, we went to shelves. And we built a wooden shelf on the building here. And we got 2 XP. We did it a whole bunch of times. If you want to figure out how we did it a whole bunch of times, go watch part 1. Now, if you want to, once you get to the point where you have tons of wood, so if you want to do the duplication that I showed you in the first video in part 1, right? Do that, and then find a house that you can scrap, right? If you want to duplicate until you get like 20,000 wood, right? 30,000 wood, then find a house that you can scrap, right? Hopefully it'll work on this one with all the weeds and stuff around it. I'm getting attacked. Hold on. Find a house and then go back into your build mode and go to your wooden shelf again. You can do this with anything, right? That's why I said do metal and wood and rubber, because those are the things that you can find: a shelf, a floor mat, whatever, right? And then make sure you're getting your XP, because sometimes it doesn't work on one shelf or another and you have to go to the other shelf, right? But you want to do your level, right? And just spam it, right? Get your XP, just spam away, right? And get your level, right? No. And then you can, like same way we did in the last video, you can come up and you can scrap and store, right? To get back half of your material. But this is part 2 of that, right? So if you've got your 20,000 wood and you build up to your build limit, right? Build all the way up till it won't let you build anymore, right? And then just scrap the house, right? You're not going to get back the material that you wasted on the shelves, but you'll get back the material for scrapping the house. But the 1,000 shelves that you built are gone. Like, you're not going to get back the 500 wood. So make sure you're willing to lose what you built, right? And then scrap the whole house. Your size limit will drop, the shelves will be gone, and you don't have to spend 10 minutes scrapping them, right? You lose the material, but like I said, if you're doing the unlimited, if you're doing a mod for unlimited material, that doesn't matter because you're unlimited material. If you're doing it legit and you don't care about losing material, right, that's cool too, right? And if you loot, like if you scrap everything in Sanctuary and you scrap everything that you want to in Red Rocket, and if you've done the Abernathy farm, if you scrap anything that you can in there, between those 2 locations here in Red Rocket, with building shelves, building whatever, like the floor mats, right? Because if I scrap the rubber, right, then I can go into decorations, floor coverings, and I can go through and build mats, right? You want to ideally try and find one that's just rubber, because you don't want to use your cloth, because cloth is kind of important in the game. But again, if you have unlimited material, or if you want to duplicate your cloth, right, you can do the same thing with these, right, and they'll just stack up, and then just delete them, right. These are a little bit tougher because I don't think, like, if you've got a house that you're gonna wipe out, it'll probably wipe them out because it cleared the floor of this, right. So like I said, if you go and scrap everything at both locations and then find one house, build a whole bunch of mats, build a whole bunch of shelves, reach your limit, scrap the building, you're done, right. It's as quick as you can spam build them, and you just scrap the whole house and everything's gone, right. And there's 3 or 4 houses in town. If you do it legit, you can probably hit, I would say, anywhere from level 25 to maybe even 40, right? Like you might hit the high 30s and stuff like that, which will make you plenty strong enough to get the Diamond City and stuff using a little bit of care, a little bit of whatever. Yeah, like it'll get you there reasonably safely, right? And what we did up north and what we just did there, right, doing the duplication and stuff like that, I've gone up 3 levels, right? Now, going up those 3 levels might not seem like much, but it gives you 3 of these, whatever. So if you're doing a melee build and stuff, it's going to increase your melee strength. If you put all 3 points into that, I don't know what it'll go up as 20% for one, so I would imagine like 30, you'd probably go up, like you'd be doing 40% more melee damage, right? Melee weapons or whatever do more damage, right? Like you could start doing armor quicker, right? Like as long as you've got the points in up here, and that's what I said. I put 3 on everything because like that requires 1 point in it, right? That requires 2 points in it. That requires 3 points in it, right? So I can up and down whatever way I want to play the game, right? Pretty quickly I can get up to where I get to buy the perks down here if I want, right? And like I said early in the game, Idiot Savant for me is pretty important because it means when I'm doing my quick builds on the building, I'm getting more XP every now and then, 3 times more XP. So rather than get 2, I'd get 6. And it happens regularly enough that it makes a difference, right? So I'm going to put 1 in there for sure. And then at the beginning of the game, I also said I want a strong back because I can carry 25 more weight, right? Right now I can carry 250. So 25 is a pretty decent jump, right? So I'm going to do that one. So, oh, I need string 6 in there. But I thought I put 6 in there. Guess not. So there's my 6 now for that. And now I can buy that. I don't have enough to go to the next level, but the next level will give me 25 more. The level after that, I don't remember what that one is, but the last level of it lets you fast travel when the last level lets you fast travel when you're encumbered, and that's massive. So that's your duplication, right? That's your leveling up legitimately and quickly fast. And like I said, the bigger thing that you build, the more XP you're going to get, right? Like if I was crafting at my chem bench, I don't have a chem bench here yet. But anything that you, like crafting will get you more, right? Some things are still 2, but some things you'll get like 12, some things you'll get 25 for. It's the same as building, right? If I build, all right, guys, I'll have a good one. I'll talk to you later. If I built a water filtration thing, it'd give me more XP than building a shelf on a wall, right? So, like, what you build does matter, right? And like I said, your cooking is the same way. If you cook a soup that takes 4 ingredients, 5 ingredients, you're going to get more XP. Right? And like I said, if I wanted to do squirrel stew, it'd give me 2 more XP for 2% more XP for 2 hours. Right? I've never done that, but if I wanted to, like I said, that's the way you can up your XP gain early in the game quickly. Right? And I've seen so many people, like the reason I'm being so detailed here and shit in this is I've seen so many people that like they'll eat uncooked meat, right? And then they have to take a Rad-X after they've eaten so much of it because it's giving them radiation, right? And I don't know if it heals you more cooked or not. I think it does, but I'm not sure, right? But it doesn't give you radiation if you cook it, right? So they're eating stuff that's poisoning them, and they're getting sicker, and they're not getting the XP for cooking it, right? And there's fires all over the place. You don't have to wait until you come back to your camp, right? There's fires all over the place that you can just walk up to a fire and you can cook your stuff, right? So even if you get encumbered and you just want to drop it on the ground and don't care about it, you've still got the XP for cooking, right? And like I've watched so many people that they're just not doing that, right? So let's go back now and we'll get the cryolator out of the vault. I should have done that in a part 1 video, but I didn't. So let's go back and grab that now. Remember, if you haven't watched the part 1, go back and watch the part 1 and you'll figure out how we're doing this. Well, you'll be able to figure it out just by watching it, but go back and watch the part 1 video anyways. There's some tips and tricks in there too. It'll be really helpful if you're just starting the game. And maybe even if you're not just starting the game. It might be stuff that you don't know about. Am I going the right way? I'm not going the right way. I was going the right way. I just turned around there. Alright, so we want to go back in the vault. Right? Go back in the vault, we got to come in here and hit the elevator button. And then we got to come out and get on the elevator before it goes down. Okay, so now we're heading back to the cryolator. The overseer's office. Now, to turn your flashlight on and off, guys, you hold circle. Just in case you didn't know. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Okay, so we're back in the overseer's office, and the cryolator is... Where's the cryolator? There it is. The cryolator's right there. We need a master unlock thing, but we're too early in the game, and we don't have that. I don't know how. Where's dog meat? Dog meat? Oh, did they fix it so dog meat doesn't come down here now? No, they couldn't have. Maybe they did. Where's dog meat? Maybe you can't get the cryolator app now. If you're not on a PlayStation 5 and you're watching this, whatever, Or you haven't? I know it works on the PlayStation 4 version because I've done it since the upgrade. That's why it's kind of weird. Because on the PlayStation 4 version, I still did this. Dog meat came down in a bowl with me. But I'm wondering on the PlayStation 5 version if they fixed it so dog meat can't go down there with you. Let's try it again and see if he comes down this time.
Heads up. How you doing, buddy? Never mind, boy.
Okay. So let's go, doggy. Okay, so again, we want to head to the overseer's office. Yep, dog meat's coming this time. Okay, now this can be a little tricky. It can take a couple times for it to actually work. Right? But what you want to do is you want to
Look
talk
alive.
to dog meat. And it's not going to give me the
How you doing, buddy?
option. Okay, we want him to fetch.
Hey, boy. Think you can find something for me?
Right? And then we want him to fetch items.
See if there's any good stuff nearby, boy.
It might have been containers that I wanted to do, but I think it's items. Yeah, items. Okay, so dog meat just grabbed the cryolator out of the case. There's no cryolator there anymore, right? And then if I go back and
Look
I talk to
alive.
dog meat and I trade with him, he has the cryolator and 200 ammo. Right? So that's how you can get the cryolator out of the vault early in the game. And I could have come here, like I said, I could have gone to Red Rocket, picked up dog meat, come right back here, and I would have had the cryolator for the part 1 video where I was walking around collecting stuff and all the rest of that. Well, I never did show you how much I collected going around. So let's go back to Sanctuary here quickly. And I'll show you just how much stuff I collected walking around the area I did in part 1. You can go watch part 1 and you'll see what the area is. We'll show you on the map. Let's do a save. We got that gun. I'll show you the area that I did, but you can go and watch for more detailed, whatever. I say basically you want to go down to this lake, and on the top you want to count in 3 white squares, which is the edge of this water here, and do kind of that square. I didn't do it all, right? But that's what I found in doing what I did, right? And if you go and you watch the part 1 video, you'll see where the locations were, and you'll see what I actually got. This is what I have left after the fighting that I've done, and using a bunch of Stimpaks and stuff like that. This is what I still have left. Right? I scrapped the fans and all the stuff that I got, and this is what I got. Right? The fertilizer, watch part 1, that's not quite the true number. The steel and the wood is not what I got. A good chunk of it I got legitimately, but the rest of it, you'll have to go check out part 1 to see how I got up to those numbers. But everything else is what I got just from walking around in the northern area there that I showed you a minute ago. Right? And then also I got these weapons, and I've already sold a few pipe pistols and some other things to a trader that's on that upper north part of the map. I got all of this equipment, and I've sold some of it already to the trader that's up north there. I got all of this aid stuff doing the up north part, and I've eaten a bunch of food already to heal, and I've used a bunch of stim packs, and I've sold some stuff from this. And I still have like 10 stim packs, a couple of Radaway, a couple of Rad-X, and I've used I've probably used close to 10 stim packs. So, and then the junk I just showed you, and that's the ammo that I've accumulated. Right. And I've been playing for probably like an hour and a half. Right. I don't have the time on here, but I've been playing for approximately an hour and a half. Right. And I'm almost already up to level 4, and I've got all that stuff. Right. So if you want a start that you like, if you want to play quick, if you spend an hour, hour and a half looking around and doing what I did, to looking around would probably take you less than an hour to get the materials that I've got now, and you wanted to rush the game, you could probably get to Diamond City right now with the amount of stim packs and stuff that you'd have, and you could be advancing the game. Like, you could finish Concord, and you could probably get to Diamond City with that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it if you wanted to speed run the game. Right? I would recommend that you go back and watch the first video, or wait until I do it again on this video or a future video, to see how, like, I would suggest before you go to Diamond City, I would say probably like at least level 20, which in level 1 I showed you how you could do that in like basically an hour and a half. Being closer to 40 would definitely make it so that you could do it and enjoy doing it. And you would have accomplished a little bit more stuff, accumulated more stuff before you got there. So you'd have stuff to sell so that you could buy the ammo that you want, so that you could buy the, possibly even enough to buy the house there. And like I said, as you're heading in and out of town, you like scrap what you don't need, right? Like what you know you're not gonna want for decorative purposes, or build around or whatever. Like, I don't care if we're broken that. Right? I don't care about a rubber in the middle of the road, so I might as well take it to build with. And before you do it, like, remember to look at stuff first. Like, if you're scrapping junk, like a tire on the ground is not going to have anything in it, right? But a container might have something in it, like 2 frag grenades. Some of the time when you scrap it, the stuff from inside of it will just drop on the ground, but sometimes it won't. Oh, and rather than packing them around and carrying them around with me, you're going to need 90s. I told you in part one to pick the potatoes, whatever they're called, at the farm. Right? Because I told you were going to need them to feed your people. And stuff like that, right? So any of the plants that I've picked up now, I can plant them. Which will give me food for my people when they finally arrive here. But I won't have to worry about finding them at that point in time, and listening to them bitch and complain that they don't have any food. And there's already a couple of things planted back here. I don't know if they register as being planted or if you have to pick them first and then replant them, but so let's pick them first just in case that is
I need to assign someone to
whatever.
this.
Oh, there it is.
I need to assign someone to this.
Sounds like they would have counted because they could assign somebody to it. Let's go back and see what we actually have now. We have a word. We have another one. Come on, turn green. To get experience with planting stuff. Not being a very organized farmer here, I'm just kind of slamming them down. If you want them to look pretty, you can put them all in nice straight lines and proper farming routine. That sound that happens, that's the idiot savant perk that I got. That's like whenever you hear that noise, that means I've got the 3 times the amount. And as I level it up, it'll go up to like not 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. It'll go up each level that I do. Okay, so that's all I have. Now, when I look at the plant sale person thread, right, that means nobody's attending this farm, right? So the only way I'm going to get anything off of this deal is if I pick it, right? And if I don't pick it, it's not going to grow again. So I'm not going to keep getting it, right? When you have people in your village, settlers in your village, you can assign a settler to this. And then he'll pick it every time it's ready to be picked, right? So you won't have to maintain the farm. Your settler will maintain the farm, right? And you'll be getting the resources from it all the time, ongoing, right? If I don't assign somebody to this, the only time I'm going to get the resource from it is when I personally come back here and pick it, right? Which I don't know how often it grows. I'm going to guess and say like every game day you could pick it, right? It might not be that, but whatever it is, right? If I'm not here when it's ready to pick, that's time that it's not producing. right? So ideally, you want to assign somebody to every job that's in your village that comes up as quickly as they can, because if you don't, you're the one that has to do that job. Right? And if you're not here to do it, if you're out playing the game, it's not producing for you. Right? And remember, I still haven't talked to Codsworth, right? I don't have to, right? Like, I could never talk to him in the game, and the game would still proceed, right? In actuality, if I don't talk to him until the game's over and then come and talk to him, I'll get a different speech pattern than I would if I went up to talk to him right now, right? Because I'd be able to tell him what the end game was, right? Where right now I can't tell him that because I don't know, right? There's a couple of instances in here that are like that if you just don't interact with people, right? Like Preston Garvey, I don't have to go talk to him if I don't want to, right? And certain parts of the game will still advance. Other parts might not, but most of the game would still advance even if I never talked to him. And this is what I was talking about on the scrappable houses. If you scrap the whole house, you don't get any of this stuff that's inside the house, right? So if you can go in the house and stuff, go in and scrap the inside of it before you scrap the whole house. And remember, it's giving you the option to store it or scrap it, right? So I could put that desk in my workshop and then pull it out later if I wanted to use it to decorate, right? So if you see something that you want to decorate with, don't scrap it. Store it, right? Like the weed eater, I could have maybe not scrapped that and then just had it leaning against the wall in my garden, right? Just for atmosphere, because I don't know if you can actually, I don't think you can actually build a weed eater, right? I didn't think about it till I had already hit the scrap button, right? And this is where I say save. If I had a save 2 minutes ago, I would have gone back and I would have put that in the locker and then taken it out, dropped it on the ground, and tried to stand it up against the outside of my garden, right? It's all about atmosphere, guys. It's all about atmosphere when you're building. Go check out my vault build on YouTube. My YouTube channel is called Ravenshood's Cards, all one word, RAVENSHOODS and check out my vault build, and you'll see what I mean about it's all atmosphere. My vault build is all atmosphere. Alright, so we're going to buy ourselves another level here quick, because we want to level up. And this is how you can do it quickly. And like I said, you go back and look at the first video, and it'll show you how you can do it like really quickly. Or if you want it, like if you're doing it legit, why am I doing this? What's going on? If you're doing it legit, this is the way to do it, right? Whenever you get a little bit of stuff ahead, just work up, like bang off a quick level. Right? Go to your wooden shelf, find your building that you want to build it on. Make sure you get XP. I didn't get XP that time, right? So I'm going to switch to another one. That time I got XP, Right? So pay attention when you do it. Don't just sit there and spam, because if you're not getting XP, you don't want to waste it. Right? Listen to how often the idiot savant comes up here. Right? That's why it's a perk that I like getting. And that's only at the first level. This one I'm going to do legit, because I can't scrap this house. So I'm going to have to scrap all of these, which is great, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Huh? I wonder. Oh, same difference anyways. So remember, when you do this, it costs you 2 to build, but you only get 1 back when you scrap it. But for the level, it's worth doing. Especially if you're using the no build or the no limit, like the mod that gives you unlimited supplies. Or if you're doing the duplication that I showed in the part 1 video. This is a pain in the butt scrap. That's why what I showed you at the beginning of this video is so important. But if you're going to do that way, you have to have like a sufficient amount to be able to scrap the house and not have to worry about it. But if you can't scrap what you built them on, you have to unscrap it, or your build size is up to crazy amount. I can't understand why my size is that big already. Maybe because I haven't scrapped everything in town yet. And remember, your build limit's based on items, not how big the item is. It's based on how many items you can place. But we went up a level there, maybe a little bit more than a level. So I can go down and I can put another point into, I can't because I need level 10. So I'd have to get up to level 10 to do that. But like I said, I showed you how to get up to level 10 quickly in the first video, and what I just did there would show you in the second video. Alright. And I need level 11 for another idiot savant, so. Like I said, normally I'll probably do it when I stop streaming, because if I did the whole video of me doing that, people would just get bored to death. Because in order for me to get the supplies to be able to level up to level 10 or 11 would probably take me 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Right? Right, where do I want to go here? it'd probably take me 20, 25 minutes, and it'd take me another 10 or 15 minutes to actually get up to level 10 and 11. And I don't think you guys want to watch me go through that process for a half an hour. But I'll probably spend the half an hour doing it when the stream ends. Damn, I should have looked around and found a bobby pin too. I forgot about that again. Alright, so we want to go down into Concord here. And same deal, right? Like I said, I'm coming down here. But I don't have to. Like I said, I could be heading straight to Diamond City right now if I wanted to. Right? I don't have to come down and talk to Guard and then send them to Sanctuary and stuff like that. Everything's optional in this game, to a point, right? But most of it's optional in this game. If you don't want to deal with somebody, you can pretty much not deal with them and still do 80%, 90% of the game, and then deal with them at the end of the game when you want to, right? Or when you want to. Like I said, even this, I might be coming here at way too low of a level to actually pull this off without dying. Because I've done it a few times, I imagine I'll probably be able to do it, but I'm going to go through more supplies than I necessarily would want to. Especially because of the city cost. See, that's what I mean, right? Come into a fight, and you use up half of what you got.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please.
And like I said, ideally, like, I don't have to do this right now until I grab that gun. It won't advance, I don't think, so I could spend the time and go through and loot this whole town. Right? I might be over encumbered when I did, and it'd make the fight tough, but I could go through and pick up, like, any ammo, any stim packs. And there is some in this town. It's just a matter of finding them. Adhesive, you need adhesive, lots of adhesive. Anything that's tape, glue, anything like that, you want to definitely pick up. Like I said, you can go around and get your Mag-X, your buff out. Right? All these buildings, probably 50% of them, give or take, you can get in. Right? Most people don't do it. I'm not going to do it right now because I know I can progress in the game with what I've got. But if you're new to it, or if you're playing it legit, like I said, looting as much as you possibly can, loading up dog meat with stuff, and then drop what that has you encumbered, and so that you can move around in the fight. Right? And remember your weapon wheel thing, right? You want to load your shit. Go your weapons. Highlight over top of it. R1 for Fave. Hit R1. and then put it in the slot that you want to put it in. Alright, and then go to it, and you have to hit X to bring it out. Alright, right now I'm on that. If I go to my pistol, right, and just hover on my pistol, right, if I aim, I'm still doing whatever. You have to hit the button that you want to be on. I've seen so many people run around and it's like, how do I get my gun? How do I get my gun? And then they'll run in, hide in the corner and open up their Pip-Boy, go to the gun that they want, hit it so it's out, and then they'll do the same thing when they need the Stimpex, and they'll do the same thing when they want to take whatever, because they just don't read the thing and they don't know how to load their weapon wheel. Ooh.
No more British occupation.
I haven't put on any armor or anything yet either. You have to remember to do that. I never do. Yeah, remember to put on your armor. And remember, save. It's a bummer when you hit your max amount of saves and you have to figure out how to get rid of them and stuff, but believe me, you don't want to end up dying here and end up back in Sanctuary because that's where you did your last save. Or that's where your last auto save was. And not that it's a huge deal, but you don't want to. Oh shit. I don't want to be out here. Well, I don't want to be out here, but I need something from out here. I haven't got one yet. I just will knock all the way upstairs and then have to come all the way back down. I need a bobby pin. So remember to leave a bobby pin in that tobacco or in that cigarette machine there when you come in. If you don't have one, you're going to need one in this mission and you don't want to have to run around searching for one.
Show your face! Come on! I dare you!
Not overly necessary to leave a lot in here, but it's not a waste of time.
This is bullshit! Come on, fight!
Where is this guy? There it is.
Think you'll be any different?
Have to reload this thing. Here's one shot. Oh, you dog. gonna fight if you're in a safe zone and you're picking stuff up. When you're in a safe spot, give your stuff to, like, give all your junk to dog meat, so that you don't, like, if you pick something up, you're not automatically encumbered. And because if you're in a fight and you're encumbered and you don't have time to give it to them, there could be a difference between living and dying. And if you haven't done the save thing, you could go back a fair bit of ways.
Let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around and get shot.
Put your gun.
Hold out to the others
Roll
like
your
we're
gun.
supposed to.
I hate that they won't let you shoot through there. They never give you the shot. It's not right. Oh, bull. Again. Oops, hey,
I'm coming in there, and they're gonna
kinda
scan
weird,
every
like
last
you had a
one of
mind
you.
of his own there.
Come on, man. They ain't going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with. You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk. I'll be back, and you'll be dead. Get some, motherfucker!
Oh. No, give me that shot. I thought that was trap stash.
Inside! Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.
This is the same thing, guys. If you want a different dialogue, come here already wearing power armor.
Glad to help.
If you come here already
Well, if that's
wearing
true,
power
we
armor,
could
the
use
whole
some more
conversation,
goodwill.
well, not the whole
As you
conversation,
can
but a
see,
good
we
chunk
ain't
of the
been too messy.
conversation changes.
Please, go on.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the Bulls in Lexington, and now this mess.
No.
Sorry. Sounds really rough.
Thanks.
That
It's
ain't.
good to meet someone who really cares. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong.
Maybe.
But, well, we do have one idea.
One good idea can make all the difference.
Sturgis, tell it.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a
This is
seriously
the
sweet
conversation
goodie.
that changes,
We're
because
talking
they
a
obviously
full
don't have
suit
to tell
of
you to go
Cherry
get power armor if you
T45
already have
power
it.
armor. Military issue.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might. Protection with an added bonus. Get
Alright,
the
guys,
suit.
I have
You can
to
rip the
shut this
minigun
down
right off the
again. I got
vertibird.
my hour
Do that, and those raiders get
recording is coming
express
up,
ticket to
and
hell.
it'll be in
You
part
dig?
3 of this continuation.
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right? Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a
Excuse
bit
me.
stuck.
I'll help if I can.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized
yours.
fusion core,
All right.
your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back
Love
when.
it, cutie.
And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement. Locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker.
Come on, hurry up. I only got
Bypassing
3 minutes
security ain't
left.
exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
You still want to go get that power core, guys.
Oh, look,
All right, I'm going
dog
to stop
meat
this.
fries.
I hope to see you on video number 3. I'm going to keep streaming, but I got to stop the recording. Oh.